What is up, YouTube? We are here with our first League of Graphs weekly update, where we're going to take a look at who are the popular champions, who are the best champions, as well as who are some of the worst and least popular champions. We're using the website leagueofgraphs.com. They've got a wonderful array of statistics to pull from. You can simply look at rankings, you can look at infos, you can look at champion matchups and stats. There's a bunch of different stuff on here that's just great to take a look at. But today what we're going to look at is we're going to look at champion stats and win rates and popularity according to League of Graphs on the current patch. So presently we're on patch 8.12, and presently, at least according to this website, they are looking at 4.3 million matches right now. So they've got a wide amount of matches that they are surveying from as they take a look at some of the most popular and some of the best champions to select to simply have a high win rate. So we're going to go lane by lane and simply take a look at. So first off, in NA, in top lane, if we look over here, we're going to see that in top lane, Quinn is your best champion with the highest the highest win rate. She's got a 55.3% win rating right now. She's only got a popularity of 3.2%, so you're not going to see her very often, but she does win when you do see her. The worst win rate right now is Tam Kench, so if you see a Tam Kench top, also surprisingly making this list is Ornn. Ornn's a surprisingly popular pick, probably because of what's going on in the LCS and how many players play Ornn top, but actually in solo queue at least he's a pretty much a a loss. He's right up there with Tam Kench in the top lane. He's just not scoring very well in solo queue. In terms of popularity, we see that Darius comes in with 11% as the most popular champion, and then coming in at the very bottom is Heimerdinger at 0.7%. Jumping over to the jungle, we can take a look and see. This is, by the way, we're checking everything that's gold plus in the rankings. Jumping over to jungle, we can see that top rates for jungle are as follows. Very simply, Uter's got the best win rate. So if you're not playing Uter and he's not banned, why aren't you playing him? You can see his ban rate's 2.3% right now. Nobody's banning him, but he's tops in terms of win rate, 53%. Tiger Uter and Phoenix Uter, both incredibly strong at the moment, whether or not you want to gank a bunch out of the jungle or if you just want to farm up and get strong for late game. Relatively unpopular, so not a lot of people are going to be familiar with countering jungle Uter in the present meta. In terms of the worst champion for win percentage, you definitely don't want to be interacting with a jungler that is playing on Gragas. Gragas right now has got the worst run rate in the jungle at 43.1%. It's just not good. He's simply not good in the jungle right now. You're better off playing Twitch, actually, by a couple of percentage points for win rate, so don't play Graggy jungle. In terms of popularity, Lee Sin comes in at the top spot at 22%. And Ivern comes in at the worst spot at 0.5%. It's rather ironic that, you know, Riot developed and designed a champion to specifically be a jungle champion and really based on the support meta for support junglers. And then they killed that meta, which of course kills Ivern. All right, we're going to take a look at the mid lane. So taking a look really quickly at the mid lane snapshot, the top win percent in mid lane right now is Kayle at 54%. You can see that her popularity is only 1%, so she's not a very, very popular pick right now. And her ban rate is 1%. So you can simply pick Kayle, and if you can master the timing of her ultimate as well as your range and your build, you're actually going to have a really, really great time playing Kayle mid right now. She's great against all the assassins that are very, very popular and have high win rates, like Talon, even like Malzahar or like Irelia that want to get in and burst you really, really quickly. Kayle can counter that. In terms of worst win rates, Ryze is right up there at the top with Azir, two very difficult champions to play and master in solo queue, so no wonder why their win rates are so low, 43%. You're actually better at this point taking a Kassadin or a Corki mid than you are taking a Ryze mid. In terms of popularity, our least popular is Gragas at 0.8%. Graggy is the theme today, and Zed is the most popular at 13.4%. He's sitting at a 50% win percentage, but rather high ban rate. So he's kind of a high risk, high reward pick. He's right there in the middle at about 50%. So don't expect many adjustments if this number stays true. Riot generally doesn't balance around 50% champions. They just don't. So wouldn't expect many changes to Zed, but his popularity continues to be very high when, in comparison, somebody like Kayle that's winning a bunch of games, her popularity continues to remain low. All right, let's take a look at the bottom lane. So first off, with the carry position, that is like the carry position, but anybody can play carry apparently now. So looking at the carry. Misfortune comes out at the top on win rates, with Caitlin actually having the worst win rate at 45%. Misfortune tops out at 53.2%. Her ban rate is very low. Same thing is true for Caitlin, but her popularity is a little bit actually pretty high for somebody that's got such a low win rate. Her popularity being 5.3%, much, much more popular than even, let's say, Ziggs, that's got a much better win rate on AD carry, which is rather ironic. Even more popular than Yasuo, that's got a great run rate at 52%, which is amazing. In terms of popularity, the most popular champions are Lucian, coming in this week at 24%, and Ezreal right behind him at 23%, and then a stark drop-off to Kai'Sa, but she is incredibly strong and can carry the game from any point in time. Our least popular champions this week on bot lane are Corki and then AD carry Heimerdinger, although the 1% of players that are playing Heimerdinger are winning 51% of their games, so there's at least that to take away. I blame EULCS for that stat. All right, then taking a look at NA support, we can take a look and see that the top win rate champion is actually Sona at 53%. Nami's right up there, as is Taric. So your traditional support's actually maintaining some semblance at the top of the rankings in terms of their win rate. Not everything has just become a crapshoot with the types of champions that are getting picked for their roles. The worst champion right now is Ivern, a repeating theme for Ivern, that he's got the worst win rate in support. Tam Kench is also up there, as well as Karma and Pyke. Lots of people are trying to play Pyke. He's very, very popular, 12%. He's the number 2 picked support right now, but his win rate just doesn't justify it. Ban rates and popularity, Morgana's up there, 13% for popularity, but she gets banned. She is the top ban rate for supports in NA right now, so you want to be careful if you're a Morgana main. I've been playing a bunch of Morgana support this week, and she pretty much either ends up banned or picked right away, and one of the reasons for that is she's incredibly safe as a first pick, simply because of her dark shield, her black shield that can shield so many different status effects and protect her carry. She's simply very, very difficult to counter on her own in lane, so she makes for a very, very nice and simple first pick. So if you were wondering, for a quick recap, our top lane, Quinn is our top laner at 55%. Jungler, Udyr comes in at 53%. Kayle at 54%. Misfortune tops at 53%, and Sona at 53%. If you actually take a look at that team comp, it looks pretty sick. You've got a couple of split pushers and a couple of really nice team fighters with somebody able, like Kayle, to provide an ultimate that can swing a whole team fight. In terms of popularity, you notice there's actually some champions on here that are, of course, always popular, like Lee Sin and Darius and Zed. And then you'll also notice that there are just some out-of-favor champions across the board, whether that's their win percentage or their popularity, be that Gragas, be that Tam Kench, or be that Ivern. Well, there you go. That's our weekly snapshot for League of Legends. It's stats for its win popularity, for its win rate, and popularity. Check back in for next week as we take a look at how the meta is shaping and helping you pick better champions and get better games in solo queue.